Hey, what's up, boxing fans? I'm right back at you, and I'm doing a video. I'm having a little Stella. Oh, shit. Little Stella a la Trois. You know how Stella, like, when you first open it, if you take too big of a gulp, it'll just foam up on you, dude. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm doing a video now. Now, a lot of people, especially Vitali Klitschko and Klitschko brother fans, okay? And I like Vitali better than Vladimir, but I respect them both. You know, they just happen to be in an era that hasn't been strong. It does seem like it's coming back very slowly, but it's coming back. Povetkin, Arreola. There is some guys that are at least going to make it enjoyable to watch. Even if they don't beat them, I think it'll at least be enjoyable to watch. And that's the biggest thing. It's not like Americans are hating on Klitschko's. It's heavyweight. We expect a heavyweight to go for knockouts. You know what I mean? And that's why we like Vitali better. I mean, he got more respect than Vladimir will ever get when he fought Lennox Lewis. You know, when he had the 5 different Terminator cut eye. You know, he had the Terminator eye and all those cuts. He kept coming, and we that's what we like over here in you know, South America, just in this hemisphere. You know what I mean? That's what we like. You know, that's how you get our respect. You can lose, it doesn't matter. Like Juan Diaz gained my respect even more after that fight. And me and my buddy Jay, we were sitting down here, and we were like, man, we just loved what Diaz said after that fight. He said, man, you know, I knew I had to come out. I knew I couldn't show a fear, you know, and we had even more respect for Juan Diaz after that fight, after that Marquez fight. But anyway, this isn't about that. It's just kind of a warning to all those Klitschko fans. This is a video about Cristobal Arreola, and if he were, in theory, to win. Now, mind you, I have him losing to Vitali Klitschko. Okay, I think it'd be a good to great fight, especially in the heavyweight division. Someone's getting knocked out. But it'll be a fun fight because Arreola brings it, okay? And we're going to see, you know, all the heart. We're going to see what heart he has. Anyway, let's say he did win. In theory, what it would mean to not only the heavyweight division, but boxing, okay? First of all, I believe boxing's popularity would go up. And I'm not going to give you a percentage, but it would go up a lot, okay? Because I don't know exactly what the deal is as far as deal done. Like, is Arreola got to fight Vitali? Let's say he wins that. Does he get an automatic rematch through Vitali? And then does he have to fight Vladimir? Much how David Hay had that contract. I'm not sure. The details aren't completely out yet. So just that alone. Let's say he won that one and then beat Vitali again, then beat Vladimir. First of all, everybody knows Vitali all over the world. Obviously in Germany, both brothers are huge. But here, both of them are known, and Vitali is respected even more than Vladimir here. So it would rise up boxing in America because the mainstream, even the UFC fans, a chunk of them, a percentage of them, and just your random person that likes watching a good fight, but they don't like the little weights. For whatever reason, man, there's a myth that little weights out there, they don't have the power. And it's out there. I know it's not true. I know from 122, 115-ish to 147, that's where all the talent is right now. I mean, yeah, there's some at 168, there's some, you know, but I'm saying right in that mix, there's a ton of talent, but they don't know that. Mainstream fans don't know that. You know, hopefully Pacquiao changes their mind with this power stuff and he hangs around for a couple more years. But it's a myth out there, and the mainstream would capture this guy. One, it's a great storyline. The first Mexican ever to win the heavyweight title. First Mexican-American. So then you'd have Mexico and other, you know, Hispanic cultures just in general loving that. And then we would love that as America because you bring the first of all, you'd have a undisputed title. If you beat Vitali, odds are you beat Vladimir, okay? And then you'd have it undisputed, and we like that word over here. We like that, especially with our heavyweights. You know, once the greats got rid of it, it's kind of like it bounced around. You know what I mean? And it kind of got shit on a little bit, and we don't like that. We like to know who it is. Everyone likes to know who it is. I shouldn't just say Americans like that, but our heavyweights, and we also like a brawler, and that's what Arreola brings, okay? He brawls, he's got power. We're going to see how his chin holds up against Vitali, but like I said, this is theoretically, let's say he won, okay? Not only that, but let's talk about it. He's in a main, huge city, LA, okay? He could do Staples Centers in the fall, winter, and spring, you know, whenever he has fights there, and he could even go outdoors with it, okay? Because he would have a huge fan base. I mean, his first time winning a belt was, you know, Vitali. People all over the world know Vitali and saw Lennox Lewis, that fight, and they respect that. You know, and I think a lot of people, you know, don't get that, why Americans that we're bitter. And some of us are bitter. I'm not going to, you know, I'll throw some of us under the bus. We're just bitter because we don't even know how to pronounce their names type stuff in the heavyweight division. And we used to just dominate it for years and years and years and years and decades and decades and decades. And we haven't lately. But you got to admit, the last like 4 or 5 years, there hasn't been much talent. Now I see it slowly coming up. So I think right then and there, that would be crazy, and it would take about a year, I'd say. Let me check for time. If he has that contract where it's Vitali, Vladimir, that's about a year's worth of fight. If they're fighting in September, springish, probably around Cinco de Mayo, right in that time, and then you know that takes a while. So in the meantime, Povetkin's going to fight Vladimir. There's Eddie Fast Hands Chambers. There's James Toney. There's David Hay. There's that other guy, I can't think of his name, but there's another Mexican heavyweight that just knocked out the guy that Arreola knocked out. He's on the map. Johnson. Solis, I think is Solis. They're fighting each other. He could fight them. Like, there's about 5 or 6 guys he could fight, and when Arreola would fight, it would be exciting no matter who he was fighting. So if you put up 5, you know, these 3 fights and then 5 more, and in that time there'd be people on the up, you know, coming up too, that could all of a sudden bring excitement, you know. And I guarantee if he beat Klitschko, he would be a pay-per-view guy at some point. In the rematch, let's just say it was a great fight, okay? And he beat Klitschko, Vitali. Arreola, that rematch might be on pay-per-view. You don't know, and it could do good numbers because it's heavyweight division, and a lot of people don't realize the heavyweights is where it's at. I got a lot of friends that love to watch a good fight. Some of them have gone to the UFC, you know, and I just know a lot of sport friends because I'm into sports in general. So, you know, I talk to even guys that I work at a bar, even guys that I'm 34 to 60. I talk to guys like that too, and they love Tyson. They loved Holyfield. They loved, you know, they loved all that. You know, they grew up on Ali, Holmes, Spinks brothers. Frazier. They grew up, even guys that were competing against them were awesome heavyweights. So they were kind of spoiled, you know what I mean? So they love the heavyweight division. There's something about it, and especially knockouts and brawls. And I think half of what I'm saying as far as popularity for the sport, that would lift it up. And also, that would lift it up to see the Pacquiaos, the Floyds, the Juan Manuel Lopez, the Israel Vasquez. I mean, I could go on and on. Marquez, you know, just a ton of fighters, you know, whatever. But that would lift it up to where they'd see other fighters too, you know what I mean? And like I said, even if he did, like, he could get half of what I said he could accomplish if he just came and fought that night. If he just laid it all on the line, he could still be a pretty big star. Even if he lost to Vitali. If he just, in 8 rounds, okay, he just gave every inch of his heart and fought him pretty straight up and just lost. Just got caught by a punch, or maybe made it 12 rounds. I don't see that. But you know what I mean? This could be huge. And I like to hear videos. I like to hear comments. Because I really think that this would mean a lot. Now, I'm not saying, you know, he's going to be a million pay-per-views. But he could do a lot for the sport, and just a lot, especially in America. He could do a lot for the sport. Anyway, this has been the Rope and Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.